Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brianna. Thank you for stopping by. Today I will be talking about what UX bootcamp I attended and how to choose the best one for yourself. So if you're anything like me, you came across UX design and thought that it was pretty intriguing and you weren't really sure what it was, how it worked, or where you should begin. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about my background and what school I went to, and I will also be helping you all choose the school that's best for you. So a little bit about my background. I went to a four-year college and got my Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies and a focus in public relations. My senior year of college, I took a visual communications class in which we learned how to use InDesign, and I fell in love. I always liked the whole visual world. I know a lot of us millennials, we came up on MySpace and created layouts for our friends. Little did you know you were actually using HTML. So everybody wants to know what school I went to or what boot camp I took. I took Bloc Design Track program, and I didn't really like it. It served its purpose. I was able to learn. I was able to come out and have a job, so that obviously that part worked out for me. But in my opinion, there's a few things that contributed to the fact that I didn't like Bloc that much. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you why. So some of my cons were that I had to take out a loan in order to go to the program. After my scholarship, I paid a little less than $7,000. And you know, you're probably thinking, well, everyone probably has to take out a loan or whatever. But a lot of times now, at least because UX and UI has become so popular, now a lot of schools have an income share agreement where you don't pay anything up front. I still imagine that they do a credit check or whatever, but you don't pay anything up front, and they actually take a portion of your salary once you get hired. I would have preferred that with Bloc because just like with college, like you don't get a job right out of college unless you went for something that's high in demand like tech or nursing, you know, engineering, things like that. So when I finished up Bloc, I ended up getting a job about 3 months later. So an income share agreement would have been preferred because I actually ended up having to pay on student loans a little earlier than I would have liked without having a job secured. So that's my first con. My second con is, at the time, disclaimer, I don't know if it's like this now, but at the time when I was attending Bloc, you had to actually code your own portfolio, and if you didn't, you had to forfeit your tuition reimbursement and guarantee. I didn't find that very fair because I went to that program to be a designer, not to be a coder. And for those of you who don't know, you don't have to be a designer and a coder. You can choose one or the other. The other thing that I did not like about Bloc is that the front end section had so much emphasis on it. So I'm talking CSS, JavaScript, jQuery. I'm not interested in any of that. I never was. I just wanted to do more of the design work. So that section took a lot of my time and it was very hard to get through. I did happen to get through it, thank the Lord, but it wasn't easy at all. And I mean, you don't attend school for it to be easy, but in my opinion, there was way too much emphasis on that front end development portion of the track. And if you do go over your 8 months allotted time with Bloc, which you get 8 months for part-time, you do have to pay like $175 a week to continue, and that gets very expensive. So that's my little spiel about Bloc. The things that I did like is I had a great mentor. You know, the program was very thorough, and that's about it. Like, now that I have graduated from Bloc, I would probably prefer to have gone to Team Treehouse or Design Lab. That's where a lot of my friends went, and they have had no issues or anything associated with those boot camps. So that's out the way. Now, how to choose the best school or boot camp for yourself. The first thing you want to do is ask yourself, are you an in-person learner or can you do online? Obviously, taking classes online, whether you're in college, boot camp, whatever, it takes a little bit more self-discipline. Also ask yourself, do you have enough time? My program, being a part-time student, we had to commit 15 to 20 hours per week. And that's on top of me already working 40 hours per week. At the time I had a puppy, well I still do, he's not a puppy anymore, but I had a puppy and I also still worked at the salon part-time as well. I didn't really have as much time, but I was extremely dedicated, so I made sure that I did whatever I had to do to get through with it. The other thing you want to look into is their curriculum. Most schools, you should be able to view their curriculum without having to sign up for the course, and if not, then that's a red flag. I would just take a look at YouTube, see what other schools people are going to, and also compare curriculums, because that's very important. If you already have coding experience, more power to you. You'll fly through Bloc like nobody's business. So, you know, it also depends on where you're starting out, what your skill level already is. So keep that in mind. You want to know what their courses are like. This goes back to curriculum. Are they going to teach you the foundation? Are they going to teach you the whole entire UX process? Are you also going to learn about UI design, which is all of the elements that go on top of the page, all the visual stuff? So a lot of schools, it's either UX or UI. That's one reason why I did like Bloc, is because it's both UX and UI. So keep that in mind too. You want to know what incentives there are associated with the school or the boot camp that you're going to. Do they have career development? Do they have interview tips or mock interviews? That's a huge thing. Huge. Do they help you present? Because for me, presenting is like my weakest. I cannot present to save my life. And thankfully, Bloc did have a very good presentation section. Even then, I was still super nervous, but looking back on it, like, I really appreciate the amount of emphasis Bloc put on how well your presentation skills are, as well as your interview skills. You also want to see what their graduation rate is. Huge deal. But any program that you decide to spend your hard-earned money on, or your time, you want to make sure that you're getting the most bang for your buck. Do your research, trust me. What you can also do, and I used to do this when I was looking at like apartments, I would stop anybody in the neighborhood that I saw and I was like, hey, you know, do you like living here? Because they're gonna give you the real tea, basically. They're gonna give you the real. And that's what you should do. If you're interested in a school, go on LinkedIn, type in that school, you can see who was associated with it, send them a message and just ask them how their experience went. And from my experience in the working field of a UX UI designer, a lot of times you will come out being a UI designer first, which is user interface. That is more closely related to graphic design. That is where you are visually aligning whatever product you're working on. UX is user experience, and that is the whole flow, the whole process of how you get from point A to point B. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you have any questions at all, please comment, subscribe, send me a message on LinkedIn, or you can send me a message on my portfolio. Whichever you want to do, I'm here and I'm happy to help you. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for my next upload. Bye.